Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. What's going on, good people? Let me fix my camera real quick. What's going on, good people? How are you? Hello, hello, and hello. Let me go ahead and get my other cousins in over here. And I am just going to share one thing for now, okay? One thing that I think is urgent, one thing that I believe we all should be aware of. And then I'm going to try to come back a little later on for those who be up a little later, and explain or go more into detail about this one thing that I am going to cover. Okay, I will say this, and this ain't no. Let me just wait. Let me get my other cousins real quick. Let's bag it up. Okay, I gotta talk fast because I ain't got that long, but I need to bag this train up. 1 second. What's going on, Instagram fam, YouTube, and Facebook? What is going on, cousins? You see the title. I came by here to talk to y'all, see if y'all know what I know, okay? And then what are you going to do about it? But before we actually get started, I want to welcome everybody here. If you're here for the first time, welcome. My name is Dr. Tawana Worlds, also known as the Disruptor. I do not go along with the flow. I stand out in the crowd. I'm comfortable being by myself. I am a watchman on the wall. I'm one of the ones in the wilderness, you know, that's who I am. And I am perfectly comfortable with being just that. I only see black and white. There is no gray. There is no middle in between. I call it for what it is. I am a truth teller. I shoot it straight sharp, okay? If you can tolerate me to the end, I ask you to come on back around. And for all my cousins who know that they know that they know who your girl is and you always come hang in the chat, welcome back. That being said, please share this, okay? Because I am all of those things, they don't like me. And I'm cool with that. And when I say they, I'm talking about the people that own these platforms that we are connecting and engaging with. Social media platforms. There are things that you can say and things that you can't say, okay? And if you say the wrong thing, then you become a target. So I have thousands and thousands of followers on all my platforms, but only certain people show up, and that is done by design. So by you sharing, that will actually help me beat the algorithm, get this message out to the people who need to hear it, and allow me or help me to attract those that I am sent for. Whether that is to enlighten, educate, whatever, offer opportunity, doesn't matter. Okay. I'm gonna still keep on talking if I got 0 people on this bad boy, but that actually don't cost anybody anything. I don't beg for cash apps. I don't beg for Zales, any of that. I just simply ask that you would help me spread this message. I may be offering something or saying something that is for you, and I may be saying something or offering something that is for somebody that you know. So if you kindly do that, I'm not going to take a long time of your time, okay? I promise to earn the rights to your time. And with that being said, I'll go ahead and say this because I have been saying this for a long time, and I'm not going to stay here. I'm just going to lay the foundation, and then when I get some time in just a couple of hours, I will come back and I will do a part 2 to this, okay? The whole war thing. Why do I keep on mentioning this and what's going on with this? Because this is one big hell of a distraction. And a lot of my people are not awake. They are not paying attention. They think it's one thing and not realizing it's the total opposite. And it's going to smack you right dead in the face before you know it. And this is not according to something I didn't said, something I didn't conjured up, something that I believe. This coming out of their mouth. And this stuff is not, publicly broadcast on mainstream media. So I know my cousins don't be knowing. They don't know what in the hell Palantir is. They don't know why the military is working with Palantir. I guarantee you they did not know that 4 military drones were stolen from off our air base. And now all of a sudden we got to be cautious of these drones, of a drone attack. No, a lot of stuff that is happening by design. And now, since the oil, I'm going to just open up with this right here and I'm going to bring the receipt. So you make sure you bring your butts back in just a little bit because, I'm going to tell the whole truth. So help me God. Every single time. They are not hiding it. If you are not looking for it, you will not find it. They will only put in front of you what you are looking for. It is called an algorithm. If all you looking up is sports, all you're going to see is sports. If all you looking up is shopping, all you're going to see is shopping. If all you are looking up is food, all you're going to see is food. It's an algorithm. We're having this conversation right now, and something that I mentioned in this conversation will pop up on your phone when we hang up, when we disconnect. It's an algorithm. Everything is monitored. Everything is being done by divine design. Period, point blank. So this whole entire war, for them to not pay the TSA workers, let's start there. I'll catch y'all up a little later on. But for them not to pay the TSA workers, that is our American tax dollars. We pay into that, and then you have Congress who will come together and say how this money is supposed to be allocated to what department, to what this department, that department, etc. Our tax dollars. They're up there fighting with each other because this party say we want all of these allocations in this bill, and this one say we'll give you all of those except one. So now they up there fighting like it's their money. Meanwhile, the TSA workers, regular American citizens that are going to work to protect our country, are now not being paid for over 5 weeks. So they quit. What else do you expect is going to happen? They quit for what? For ICE to come in? I was telling y'all when they started getting or wanting us to get familiar with the National Guard walking down our street. If y'all don't wake up and pay attention, and no, I am not a conspiracy theorist at all. I always bring receipts, especially for those who are still on the fence and struggling and thinking the government is your damn best friend. I always bring receipts for you so you can see. She didn't say that. This is what they said. Hey, you peeping gang, what you gonna do about this? I'm starting to think maybe I am like, okay, maybe I'm the only one that just really says, okay, hell no, will not be my portion. You have done a number, okay, on my people for a very long time. And I'm not just talking about melanated people, even though I'm predominantly talking about it. My people, my sister, my brother, okay? Those who hear and do the will of my Father is my people, is my sisters and my brothers. You guys have not just enslaved Black people. We got it the worst. You also enslaved whites through your workforce system, through your taxation system. Everybody waking up now feeling played, okay? Everybody. We just been getting it a lot worse and a little bit longer, but everybody is feeling played now. So now you have these TSA workers that quit. They still want to prove them, give them their money. Okay? They still won't. Even with them quitting, walking off, whoop-de-whoop, they still will not give them people their money. So now they bring in ICE agents. I don't know if you guys have seen the catastrophe at the airport, the TSA lines, thousands of people stranded. And we in the middle of a war with Iran, who was withholding oil that we need to fuel our vehicles, to warm and cool ourselves, oil that we need for medication, all of this stuff. Why am I bringing this up? Because now they starting to issue energy lockdown warnings. We gonna need y'all to stop driving. We gonna need you to stay at home. We gonna need y'all kids to go to school online. And this is not just in these other countries where they have been gravely affected by the oil shortage and the oil being shut off. This is right here in the United States. Now they giving us 10 steps you can take to help reduce oil. On top of them asking the American people for $200 billion for this war. And it don't have an end date in sight. It does not have an end date in sight. Which means financially, if you don't get yourself together and find you some ways to make your money multiply, I'm telling you right now, you're not gonna make it. And that is the intended goal. When you realize and you do research about the people that you up against, then you'll be able to understand how much they don't like you, and how much they don't care about us. Okay? This is about them fulfilling their assignment, fulfilling their mission. And it's just like, what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? If everybody said no, the cost of oil don't go down right now, we're not going to work. Do you know how fast they will bring oil down? Do you know how fast they will make a way to find oil? We would hurt their economy so bad. And of course, I am not incendiary anything. I'm not inciting anything. And neither am I being incendiary at all. I'm speaking hypothetically. And I'm speaking truthfully. If we said no one time, y'all not doing this time, no, then they would have no other choice. They would go pull oil from the reserves and everywhere else. But I'm telling you, this is very dangerous. I know I'm not the only one, but I'm one of the few or many. I don't know. I don't know everybody. I stay in my own lane and work it. Telling our people how to get yourself in a better position. I'm nothing more but just a watchman. I'm nothing more but just a watchman. And one thing that I do know is if I am over here, I'm not preaching what I don't practice. And I know a lot of people, especially those that look like me, have never had opportunities to put themselves and their family in a better position. I don't know one person that wants their family. I mean, well, I'll take that back because there are some people who don't care about their family at all. They don't care if they breathing. But for the sane folks, I don't know anybody that is sane that would allow the degradation and the destruction willfully against their children and family and loved ones. I don't know a single one. And these people only can do what we allow. So you cannot even be mad at them. I'm more mad at all the people that would allow these people to continue to do and commit these atrocities and then tax us and charge us. And we don't have no way out. We don't have no way out when there is clearly a way out, but we're so afraid and paralyzed to take the way out. We don't even want to learn about the way out. We don't want to even play the same game that they playing. That is so disheartening. Because it's like you have settled and you have adopted a lie. And when the truth comes, you can't even see the truth. You're not even willing to take I've seen them beat people down so bad they won't even take a risk on themselves. They're so comfortable being miserable. And then when you have people that come in like this, COVID ought to taught everybody a lot of things. And one of those things it should have taught was it's oops to each its own. Hey, if you sick, if you unhealthy, you have underlying health conditions, deuces. Not even realizing how many unhealthy restaurants and stuff is, especially in them people neighborhood. Why is the whole foods and the foods that actually got a little bit lesser, treatment way across town where some of these people ain't got vehicles and stuff to get to? Why is it so high priced? But those are the people who suffered, knowing that a lot of folks, young and old, had underlying health conditions. We should have learned from that. And that's just being real. Take care of yourself. Me and my husband have this conversation all the time. It's like, why do, like, I'll just use the NFL as a example. Some people don't like certain things that go on in the NFL. We'll use Colin Kaepernick. I'm like, if he was going through all of that, and this does not say he was not, but if you guys have to deal with all of that, there's like a 1 in 1,000 chance that a young man is actually going to make it to the NFL. It's really deceiving. And then they got you out there injuring yourself over some pigskin for entertainment for, a couple million, 20 million contract. You got to give up 20 years of your life. Why don't you start your own leagues? Am I the only person that thinks like that? If you don't like how they paying you and what you're doing, what's stopping you from starting your own leagues? I'm not talking about no Lone Ranger. Bill Cosby try to go start his own network. We got you. Nah, it ain't gonna happen. One thing that I do know is they can overtake a few. They can overtake one. They can overtake a couple. They can overtake a few. But a tribe, it's very different, very hard. Why can't we ever go and invest and start our own stuff, start our own banking? Why do we have to go borrow money from them? We would never have to use our credit because we have our own banking system. We won't be participating in the world's banking system. Why we can't go do that? Why we can't go build our own apartment complexes and get rid of rent forever for us and our family? Hey, after they get 18 and they move out and they have children, their children can, and it just be a forever home. Why can't we do those things? Because there is not one thing stopping us but us. As a melanated woman from the hood, okay? Don't get it construed. Oh, you grew up? No, I ain't grew up nothing like that. I grew up eating out of a garbage can. I grew up with a warped mindset that, hey, these people just want to control us. And you know what I'm talking about when I say these people? I'm talking about the YT people. You're not going to ever have nothing. Just accept what you got. Just go to college, try to live this, until it taught me a very valuable lesson and made me go research on my own and found out everything that I was taught, bless their hearts, was a lie. I always heard money don't grow on trees. I'm like, yeah. I started telling my kids, hey, don't touch that. Money do not grow on trees. Don't be tearing that up. Money don't grow on trees. I start repeating the same dang on lie. When in actuality, money does grow on trees. It was 40 something years old when I found that out. That's a shame. Money does grow on trees. Roses grow from a rose bush. That's a tree. Walnuts come from a walnut tree. That's a tree. Oranges come from an orange tree. That's a tree. People buy that every single day. If it was in season, all season, you make money every single day, literally. So money does grow on trees. I was the same one had limited belief, limited thinking until I saw different. And now I'm telling you, I'm not like, yeah, I'm getting all of this for me, but yeah, it's hard for y'all, Like, I don't know what y'all gonna do. I don't know. They don't want me giving this information to you. I know I'm part of a mastermind. I'm part of a company, an organization. It does not let you broadcast what you do. And they sit on your pages and watch what is being broadcasted so that you don't violate their community guidelines. They don't even let you invite but peculiar type of people to even be introduced to them at all. Their invites don't go to everybody at all. I get information from them and then come run the play to my people, and my people don't even pick it up. Stuff you wouldn't even know unless you got an invite and you had to be qualified. And my people still won't do nothing. Or they'll half step with it. Why not go all in on yourself? This is yourself and your family. Who knows how long you're going to be here? You may be here another 20, 40, 50. Who knows? But we got to work while it is day. And this is why I'm to this point right here, okay? I'm not going to bother y'all. I'm going to tell you the reason why I do, because I am a watchman. And I genuinely care about my people. I genuinely care. I dare you to go ask God about that. Men can lie to you all day long, but God will tell you the truth because He knows the heart of man. Go ask. Do that woman really love us? And He will tell you and reveal to you. I really love you, my people. Ever since I was a child, I've always known there was better, and I've always wanted better. My grandmother was alive right now, she would tell you at 2, I already knew what I was going to do. I'm going to have a lot of businesses, and I am going to have a lot of people that I teach how to start businesses. What 2-year-old says that? And ever since I said that, boy, I'm talking about hell and the kitchen sink, gang. You understand? But my heart has not changed. I always knew from a very small child that there was more than what we had. And I was determined to find that. And now that I see that there is so much more available for you, even if you don't want the access, fine. And it's your responsibility. I say this all the time because it is. I've lost 2 children. It's our responsibility to protect and to provide for our family. That was my mistake that cost me my child. That I believed too much in them, that they had the right will for my kid who they didn't even know. That they were right. What they said was right, and what I felt was wrong. And that cost me my child. That cost me my child. And it is your responsibility and my responsibility that we protect them by any means necessary. So, with that being said, I'm only going to go after the people who really want something different. Because my whole goal here is that you don't have to suffer all of these things that are happening. I've been telling y'all to learn how to do stuff online because this is where they want people. They're driving people online. That's why they're taking all the jobs away. About 90 different job titles won't even be here by the summer. It's the reason. And what is going to happen to people who wouldn't even learn how to do a prompt? What is going to happen to people who didn't even learn how to create a coloring book, something so simple that could have put them in a very, very prominent position. I speak from experience. I work for the government. I work for the post office. And when God was telling me to get off of it and prepare, I didn't want to. It's a government job. I hated the work assignment, but I love the pay and the benefits. I'm not even going to cap. It's like a dream job to work for the government. And I kept hearing, you need to be prepared. Or you need to be prepared. You need to do this. Oh, no. My job didn't let me do that. Being a postal worker it's not for the faint. Okay, and I'm a rural carrier. I got bruises everywhere, up and down. I'm driving from the middle of the car, opening boxes with snakes, lizards, you name it. I hated the work assignment, but I love the pay and I love the benefits right now today because I was an excellent worker and because I have experience. I could always go back to the post office if I want to. But God told me that I better not go back and warned me. So since I did not want to go willingly, I ended up injuring my back. Real talk. Like maybe a month after, it was just impressed upon me like you really need to be preparing. And I want you doing this. I injured my back. I'm thinking that it's just a strain. I pull it. They like, no, you got herniated disc, your ligaments. It literally took me 6 months to get my back together. And that was very terrifying. Because you only get one back. And here I am thinking, like, why didn't I get off when I was warned to get off? For one. And for two, it's been 6 months and these people have not paid me. I ain't got no workman's comp. I ain't got nothing. I can't buy my son Pampers. I can't pay my rent. God, why would you allow something like this to happen? And you know what his response was? I was trying to prepare you months in advance. And one thing that he told me to do was to write a book. And that's exactly how he checked me. Had you written that book, you wouldn't have had no disruptions to your pay. Every month you would have been receiving royalties to buy Pampers. He had to send people from some of my homegirls we prayed with, literally, and my auntie to sustain us. But I learned a very valuable lesson from that. A very valuable lesson. We don't know what the hell is coming. By the time it hit mainstream media, it's already a lot late, okay? Stuff that's been done behind the scenes, before it was ever made public. And I'm going to come back here and talk to you guys a little bit later on and share the receipts. This whole Iran war and this whole oil, it was just all one big thing. Because now the international energy and America is now about to begin to issue energy lockdowns. You can't use your cooling but for this long. Okay, they already said that we should be driving 10 miles per hour, that we should start commuting, take the bus. I mean, who told the United States to go over there and do that to Iran? Because I did y'all miss the memo? I did it. I know the American people did, and that's y'all dogs up in the White House over there making moves on behalf of the American people that we did not have anything to do with. But yet and still we're paying for this. And ain't nobody getting hurt but us. Y'all have not taken a pay cut. Y'all ain't lost your homes. Y'all getting richer, the people getting poorer. I have a problem with that. I have a real problem. I'm going to be 1,000 with y'all. I could be and I should be charging a lot more than what I charge for any type of mentorship workshops. I should be. Especially because how is that fair exchange if I go pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn the information to just give it to you for free? But you know what? I told God like this. When he told me to go, this is what I told God. If I need to know that information, and that information costs $50,000, instead of each and every one of me and my people going to go pay $50,000, we'd find 10 people who want to pay $5,000, and we all learn it together. We all profit from it. Now, I done already went and done the work, so I know what works, because I'm not going to present nothing to you that don't work. I'm not even going to invest anything into something that I can get my return back. But I have not did any of this for profit. My whole entire motive of operation is, if we can get together as a community and do it, I don't care about sharing the information. Will you pay me for the time that I got to take away from my children and my family? Yes. But really, you're not even paying me. I don't take a paycheck. I go take whatever I receive and I go and invest it. Why? So we can learn more. We can get there faster with speed, because that is what we need. I still have not yet taken a paycheck, because that is not what I'm in this for. I could have went and sued the people that did this to my first child that passed away. I could have did that, but it was not about the money. Me and all my children was going to be awarded, and his father and his father children was going to be awarded a monetary amount. But you can't pay me to shut up. Why do you think some of these mothers of these prominent young men and women who was unalived by the police or whatever, why they not out here talking? They reach settlements. Why they not out here talking? They have nonprofit organizations where they talk within, but you ain't finna get on no social media platform and finna announce, yeah, the government is behind this. I didn't lose my mind. Every time I pull up with receipts. And when I tell y'all I know where to go get their money, I know how to go get it the right way. My people are so used to doing it and going about it the wrong way, but for what? That's what they want. They make money off of our incarceration. They think we stupid. And I know we are far from it. We may act stupid, but we are far from stupid. We are very genius beings, very creative, so much so that people will go through all kind of shenanigans to try to hide and lie about who we are, where we come from, what we really connected to. So my invitation is to show you a new life. You do not have to be out here looking like we've been looking for hundreds of years. I get really bothered by that. Only God can tell you. I get bothered by that. I get bothered to see my people struggling. I do. Especially when I know you don't got to. Especially when I know you don't have to. Especially when I know you ain't got to. Especially when I know that you ain't got to. That is sad. And to me, I mean, that is cold blooded to allow a group of people to suffer when they really didn't have to. That is why I show up, but I'm going to leave y'all alone, okay? Sometimes you just got to cut ties. Not that you don't love your people, but sometimes you just have to walk away and let them have what they love, and that's painful. I won't be the first. Sure ain't gonna be the last. But I have been over here beating a dead horse for a very long time. And I'm not here to, and neither can I make you want something different. It's just painful. And I've stayed because I love you. And I just don't want you to suffer, especially when you don't have to. Especially when you don't have to. And I'm saying that literally. I don't know what's wrong with my people, but maybe pain has to teach them. With pride or procrastination won't let them learn. And I got to be all right with that. I got to be all right with that. If this is what you want, then you have that. This is not what I want. I am a free woman. I am a free woman. I don't need no government to take care of me. Everything that God has provided, I already have it. I just need to locate it. Okay. When I locate it, I need to do whatever it is that I need to do. That's my part. For example, so that don't sound foolish and that don't go over people's heads like luggage. If God tell me to go buy a piece of land, it's not my job to figure out, well, what's going to go on the land and how that's going to work, how much that's going to cost. I'm going to talk myself out of that before you know it. And then months down the line later comes, and now I don't have no place to stay. Now I don't have a place to stay. And he reminds me, I asked you to go buy land. Because the very least you could have did was went and got you a camper. Or went and bought you a trailer home or something. And been on your own land. It's your land. Not only that, you could have took a parcel of that land or a piece of that land and turned it into cash. Had you listened. Life teaches us things if we would allow ourselves to learn. Nature and life is always teaching us. We are warned right now to prepare right now because we don't know what's coming. And they are announcing, and what you are seeing that they are announcing, it's definitely not going to be good or beneficial for you or your family. If y'all use this war to lock us down because you got to have a crisis, they create the chaos so that they can control the narrative. Simple as that. Now it didn't came out. Wuhan played a big factor in that, Schmivok 19 situation. Go look it up. They in Congress arguing after millions of people lost their life. And how our government contracts to other people to perform those type of researches. For what? For what? We just cannot, and I'm saying this, we cannot. We be so quick to stand up for everybody else that we don't stand up for ourselves. And that's a problem. And that ain't gonna be nobody's fault but our own. Whatever comes, and that is what I'm realizing. because I know I'm like a Moses. Moses got himself in trouble because he kept on questioning God. He kept on advocating for the Israelites, like, hey, yo, you brought them out here to the wilderness. Come on, you got to give them some water. Come on, man. These people out here hungry. They say that you only been feeding them bread that evaporates at nighttime. Come on, man. Got to get these people some meat, man. Come on, man. Would you really destroy your people? Remember your name. He kept on going back. And so did Abraham. Will you destroy this country if you find 50 righteous people? Nah, if I find 50 righteous, I'll leave it alone. Well, I know there ain't even 50 righteous. What about 30? Uh, yeah, I'll help. If 30, you can find 30, go find 30. Yeah, 30 is going to be a little bit hard. What about if there's 10? Yeah, if you can go find 10 righteous men, I'll save the nation. Okay. What about one? Because I can't find 10. If you can find one, it's the same concept. So I'm going to offer a couple opportunities. I promise y'all I'm going to leave y'all alone after these opportunities. If you don't want them, I'm sure not going to make you take them. But me honestly wanting the best for you to come from this and for you to stop being victimized by this system over and over, because to my colored people, you the first ones to get hit always and the last ones to get helped. If you gonna have to work from home, or maybe your job is one of those jobs that won't be here by the summer or will be gone away and replaced by AI, between this year and next year, whenever they decide that they're going to restructure, and that restructuring does not include your job. Lawyers thought that they were safe. Doctors thought that they were safe. Go look, do your research. How many people went to school? They feel gypped. Cause I would too. You got me in debt to the government, taking out student loans, and then AI just come in like that and take my job, and now I can't find one because AI can do it faster than me. Crazy. You have an opportunity. Why we need to be doing something right now is because everything takes time. Everything takes time. If you get started now, then by the time you need to be in position, you will be in position because you were obedient enough. I don't care if you had a 2 weeks notice. 2 week preparation is better than none. When that thing sneak up on you, the only thing you can do is react. And that's always bad because you're going to make rash, unnatural, unrealistic decisions. With that being said, I am holding my last workshop, especially in this space. I feel led by God, so I'm only talk to those who feel led by God with this right here, okay? I have taken a lot of time, made a lot of sacrifices, and paid a lot of money to go learn the information that I am going to put together for you all in a 5-day intensive. I know a lot of times I got opportunities that some people just can't afford at this time, or it's not valuable enough to them to see the value to come learn the information. First and foremost, I'm going to teach you how to create income and then how to automate it so it starts creating income for you. That's hands down. I don't care what it is. We're going to create it, and you're going to have something that you own, for one, and for two, that's going to make you money while you sleep. And then you're going to find out how to automate it so that you can create it once and get paid from it forever. The reason why you need extra rapid revenue is because our gas prices, our energy prices, our food prices will now, if not double, triple, just from the little time we've been in the war. If it continues to go for longer than what it is, then guess what? The bill will be bigger. They said that they have to wait till the end of March to come out and see how much more we gonna pay. So with that being said, if your gas go up to $10 an hour, you would definitely want to have something coming in that brings you, I mean, $10 an hour, $10 per gallon, and you need 5 gallons to maybe get you halfway. That's $50. You can have something that makes you $50 every single day, like clockwork. It does not close. It don't have no hours of operation while you sleep, and people on the other side of the world waking up, they can be purchasing too. Okay, this is how you make money in your sleep, because if you don't learn how to do that, you will always work for someone who did. So I'm going to show you AI automations, since now they want to put on these you work from home. That's going to mess people up just like it did during COVID. Work from home. Did you see the mental illness rate go up? The child ooze claims, the adult islands claims, because people they don't know how to work there. In a closed space, work from home. What are you going to do? Now you have to work from home and learn these AI tools that you are not even familiar with. Now you can't keep up because you ain't. No, we're going to go ahead and knock that out on day one. Day two, we're going to do everything credit. Okay, because I need to tell all my people, they really did us a disservice by not telling us this. We've been working so hard for money, and money is trash. It's garbage. It has lost 97% of its buying purchasing power. It's trash. And we have been working for this for all of our life. We have been working for money. That's horrible. Because we should have never been working for no money. Money is not our master. And we can't have two masters. We can't love God and then have money as our master. And unfortunately, when you go to work, you're working for money. Somebody should have told us about how to make our money work for us by leveraging our credit. How to really use good debt and not negative debt. How not to go get $1,000 credit card and then go spend $1,000. That's called negative debt, because now we have no money to pay that back. The reason we spent the $1,000 off the card because we was broke. So if I would have took the $1,000 and went and bought me a vending machine for $1,000 that was going to make me about $3,000 a month, I'm winning. First month I do $3,000, I pay the $1,000 back. Boom, borrow some more. Okay, pay that back. Boom, borrow some more. Pay that back. Boom, I'm leveraging. And if I don't have no money to buy the vending machine, guess what? My credit speaks for me. My credit say I'm trustworthy enough. So I can turn nothing into something, leveraging my credit. We're going to spend all day credit restoration, how you do it yourself. Stop trusting the gurus and the agencies. Learn it yourself. Ain't nobody going to give better care to your credit than you are. Don't nobody know how fast and how urgent it is for you to fix your credit. So you might as well learn how to do it. And guess what? AI will do it for you. I love to teach this. We ain't got to wait weeks and months. No, we got scripts we're going to call on the phone and have hard inquiries removed. So day two is all about credit. Credit hacks, credit restoration, how to actually leverage your credit. I have a trade line right now, okay, that I'm getting ready to put out there. It's a $51,000 trade line. Just imagine you ain't got no credit. Or just imagine you got $23,000 in negative credit, right? And you go add this $51,000 trade line to your credit report. Now that negative credit that you have is now wiped away from the positive, and you got an extra 20 something thousand left remaining in the positive. You can walk into many banks and many places and go copy some real assets. We're going to do everything funding on day three. I'm going to give you sites where you can go get funded. Okay. Not only do I want you to get funded, I want you to take those funds and make you some more money. So I'm going to give you some plays that you actually can do to use your money to multiply. Okay. I don't just want to tell you where the money is at for you to be like, woohoo, party. No, you can party after you plan. Okay? You go buy you some assets that will keep on generating you money. And after that's done, whatever's left, handle your business. I'm gonna show you how to use their own money to pay them back. Okay? So you ain't gotta worry about, well, how I'm gonna pay them back. We're gonna use their own money. So everything funding. On the fourth day, okay, we're gonna learn everything protection. How to use IUL, set up your own private reserve account, become your own bank, establish your trust. What is a holding company? How to put your stuff in this trust. Also, how to become a private citizen, because there are better um, benefits for you as a private citizen versus a public consumer. Public public sector is the part that is controlled by the government. Private sector is the part of the economy that is not controlled by the government. Okay, two total separate categories. How to make sure nobody could ever come in and just repossess your children. And the people that, when I say nobody, I'm talking about that alphabet boys and girls that like to come to people's house and confiscate their children. Okay, this is all public information. So I'm not telling you nothing, but we're gonna show you how to, become private and get your status back the right way, the legit way, the legal way. And then on day 5, I am going to show you everything about prep. Not should this economy crash, when this economy crash. What are things you need to have that you can actually barter? Things that people will forget about. Things that people ain't even gonna think gonna be no big deal. Okay, like oil. It would be good to go buy a bunch of oil right now. This is just some free game for y'all before the price get high. Cooking oil, especially. Why? Because when oil goes up to $40, $50, then you can say, "Hey, you can give me $20 for the bottle. You ain't even got to go through them. You can give me $20 for the bottle. You only bought it for $5, so now you got a 3x return on your investment." Bartering, okay? Just like the little young boy who got super millionaire status rich during COVID who sold hand sanitizer. Got to start thinking smarter. So I am going to cover all of those topics for 5 days. For general admission, it is $197. Before, I put it at $497, which should be $97 per day. We're going over some heavy stuff. This ain't no just, hey, no fluff puff. Hey, how y'all doing? Whoop de whoop. No, we're implementing. Okay? We're implementing. Because information without execution is just stupidity. Too many people got a bunch of information that they have not done anything with. No, we need to be moving. We need to be moving. We need to be executing. Oh, this how I do this. Oh, I didn't know how to. Well, now you know, okay? And now you can go do it over and over and over and over again. And what you learn from me, you can go teach it. So please go into that. Okay? On this live only, I'm offering general admission $197 for all 5 days. Early bird, I said that I would only allow the early bird for 24 hours from the last live. And we're winding down those 24 hours in about another 4 to 5 hours. Also, general admission does not include the replay, does not include Q&A, but it includes education on me, execution on you. I'm giving you all the resources, where to go do this at. Hey, this bank is going to give you this. Hey, this is how you do your credit. I'm going to give you all the prompts. I'm going to give you everything you need. I'm going to serve you up. But VIP is where you get Q&A. I answer your questions only. Okay. You get lifetime access to the replays. You also get some done for you digital products that people need every single day. So you also get that as well, already done for you, where you ain't got to worry about creating nothing. Okay. And the general admission is $197. The VIP is $297. Early bird. Before that goes up to $997 for the VIP experience. Okay. This is something that God has told me to do, and that is why I'm showing up to do it. If any of you all would like to participate in this 5-day challenge, which is literally my last one because I'm doing a lot of traveling. I would rather take this to the school, to the children. I absolutely love the young people, and we need them on board now more than ever. We got to come up off of online doing this, okay? If anybody would like to attend the 5-day wealth challenge, it's wealth creation and protection challenge. They put a one in the chat, okay? In about four 4 hours and 37 minutes, then the price will definitely go to public pricing. Okay, this is early bird. Make sure I'm sharing this. Blow this up. And then I'm going to hop off your timeline, okay? This is a 5-day wealth creation challenge. Everything that I just explained to you, AI, how to make money, okay, in minutes, how to make automated income, create it one time, get paid forever. We're going to do everything credit, restoration, repair, how to do credit hacks, how to hide your debt to income ratio, okay? Everything funding. We're going to do a live funding on the call, live, very live funding. Hey, go, here's a link, go see what they give you. We're going to do live funding, how to protect your assets, trust, private reserve account, using insurance policies just like the bank does. And then crisis preparedness, okay? Emergency preparedness, as I said, general admission. You get access to all 5 days for $197, and then you get VIP Q&A done for you, digital products, and lifetime replays, as well as a support group. Okay, if any of you guys here like take advantage of that opportunity, the information is on the screen, and it is also in the description of this video. Okay, it is first come, first serve. I'm not taking a whole mountain of people. If I wanted to just like pack out a Zoom, all I gotta do is go to TikTok. I haven't been on TikTok in months. I'm telling you, like months, because I don't want to. Or I got another play where I can go into certain groups and just get a whole bunch of people. I don't want to deal with a whole bunch of people. A whole bunch of people don't deserve to know this type of information, especially if they have not put in any grit. They don't even know the reason why they're doing it. They can go find other ways to waste money. We are not wasting money. We are actually making money, and then making that money make more money for not only for us, but for those who will come behind us. And that's leaving real legacy. Okay. Even in the midst of all of this, making sure they prepared. They don't miss no meals and they don't miss no beats, because we went ahead to prepare the way. Okay. That's what I got for y'all. I will come back and show y'all some information a little later. And then I do have some other programs that I want to announce. If you would like to get in on one of my mentorships, where I'm going to show you how to create wealth from washing machines, okay, wash houses, how you guys can generate a lot of revenue by going to go copy a wash house, how to get funded, how to get the money from it, who's going to give you the money for it, okay? What you gonna tell them to give you the money? It's not nothing that I'm, hey, you go falsify. No, it ain't nothing like that. It's a script. You got to tell the people exactly what you're gonna do, and if the initiative is great enough, they'll give you the money to do the initiative. You got to know exactly what they're looking for. So if we didn't already been through it, then we're gonna give you the keys so that you just go through smooth selling. You ain't got to go through all the ridges and all over all of that stuff. So we have that mentorship. Also, how to become an author and a ghostwriter. Literally, how to make a big bag like you never had. Okay, AI as well, because in government contracting, they have $1 trillion contracts to teach young people, children, all kind of, adolescents, college campus students, how to do AI, how to create basic presentations, different things of that sort. Also have a done for you non CDL that comes with a government contract, paying $35 to $4,000 every single week. So I have some opportunities that I'm gonna come back later on. This is my low ticket. This is my last gift to you all. Okay, especially in this space. And like I said, I'm gonna leave y'all alone. Okay. I know that I have served you. I have also equipped you. I have also made you very aware of what time it is. Now, the choice is yours. And I'm gonna let you make that choice. With that being said, I love y'all, and I will see you guys later. Peace.